Okay, my name is Charles Imuzeze. I'm the Managing Director of Great Measure Media Network, a subsidiary of Vadanzi Marketing Communication, Lagos, Nigeria. I've been here for the past few days to have more skills, more ability to be able to do negotiation and to be able to influence people in the things I do. In the past few days, I have learned tremendously how to approach negotiation, the spirit I should have when negotiating, and the style to negotiate. I am hoping that I'm able to negotiate better than I was before I came. So I go into negotiation, depending on the type of negotiation, whether it's going to be a win-win, a win-lose, or a collaborative or a competitive negotiation. But today, I have also learned again that I need to be flexible when I go for my negotiation. And these skills have helped me, and I see myself a better person. And in the nearest future, I should be able to do greater and better negotiations. I surely will recommend to everyone in management cadre, whether you are doing negotiation every day, because the truth of the matter is you do negotiation every day, either a personal, a family, or a corporate negotiation. So I'm recommending people, everyone, to be involved in this course.
My name is Azuka Azinge. Quite a lot, actually. It's really a very rich course. For me, part of what I've learned, even as a manager, to manage people better. And then on the issue of conflicts and negotiation, I think that's also been very important, that we know how to negotiate with various levels of people and sectors as well, even family issues. Yeah, one of the things I'll be taking away was what I got from the practical aspect of the negotiation skills we learned yesterday, which will make me come out more from my office, sit around with staff, get to discuss and talk with them more. That is, getting more practically involved in the work that they do, so that way they're also more inspired to do more. That is, bringing myself closer to their level, so that I could get to know more of the problems that they have, and then maybe even in the course of discussion find out solutions on how to deal with some of the challenges we have. Okay, one of the things I'll be taking away from this training is the fact that negotiation involves maintaining or sustaining relationships, not about the win-lose, but win-win. That when you are negotiating with people, you consider their own interest as well as yours, so that you think about sustaining your relationships in future. I think for me that's a very good one. Thank you.
Badamasi Yao is my name. I'm the Director of Procurement Corporate Affairs Commission, Abuja, Nigeria. I believe this course I attended today is one of the best courses I've ever attended, and I've learned a lot, particularly the strategies on negotiation. This has to do with my job status now, the Director of Procurement. I'm engaged with so many negotiation processes. And I believe what I've learned today, what I've learned this period, will go a long way in helping me how to carry out negotiation processes and procurement matters as I go back to Nigeria. I thank you very much. And I will suggest that this course should be extended to almost all executive officers, not only in Nigeria and Africa, so that we will have enough avenue to negotiate, to learn how to negotiate, particularly when there is a dispute matters, so that we reduce a lot of this crisis that we have in this world today. So thank you very much.
Yeah, my name is Jide Ajani. I'm editor Sunday Vanguard in Lagos, Nigeria. I've learned quite a lot about how to negotiate effectively and how to influence people while not being overbearing. So that at the end of the negotiation process, you have a deal that is mutually beneficial and that is also sustainable. In terms of the faculties, they've been quite practical, and they've actually made us engage in some exercises that have also shown that no matter what you think you knew before, there are always ways of improving your skills and knowledge. And that played out almost every day when we had the practical sessions. We just had one now, and it was quite competitive and tough. We thought we had gotten something very good, but the professor had to explain to us that, yes, you may have won the battle, but the war may still last for much longer than you can imagine. Yeah, the first one I participated in was the one in Oxford, and that was about sustainability and the environment. The one at Aston Business School in Birmingham was about managing human resources. This one is about negotiating and influencing. And I'll be very honest, this one, because of the practical nature of the sessions, it's much more engaging, while not discounting the fact that the other ones packed so much information and knowledge that was imparted in each participant. But overall, I would say what TEXEM is doing is quite well, it's quite good, and would go a long way to change the narrative of my country, Nigeria, and to make it a better place for everyone. Yeah, sure. For instance, in the one about managing human resources, when we were at Aston, part of what we were taught there was more like trying to refine what I'd always been doing in terms of engaging your staff effectively. I'd done a bit of that, and even in class, I was able to use some of my own practical experience as strategy sessions and cases. In this area of negotiation and influencing, I think I've learned quite a lot more regarding how to manage people, how to effectively engage them, and how to also negotiate in a mutually beneficial manner such that whatever deal you come out with will be sustainable in the long term.
Shaka Momodu, I'm the Saturday editor of This Day newspaper back in Nigeria. Well, amazing, exciting, interesting, and highly informative and enlightening. Some of the things we thought we knew, we have a totally different perspective to them now. The negotiating skills, collaborating, competitive nature of, all forms of negotiation. We've learned a lot from this program, and it's quite revealing how things we normally take for granted, how they play on our everyday interactions with neighbors, friends, colleagues. It's been properly structured for us now to situate each aspect in context. So it's been quite revealing. Okay. I'm very educating.
And how are you going to implement what you've learned?
Oh, fantastic! We started in the last negotiation. The test we did, it was obvious that we had started to absorb some of the things we were taught, because we made full disclosure to the other party. They didn't reciprocate the gesture, and then they won. And then we looked weak. We looked weak in the process. But it was part of what we were taught. You understand that when you go into a negotiation, you go open your mind, and you provide as much information as possible. You go prepared, but things can quickly change when you give the other side information, and they hold their own information to their chest. So they got us because they didn't play by what we learned. So in the process, they won. the battle, but I don't know how long they can win the war. So it's a learning curve, quite interesting, very revealing. You understand? We have been able to situate ourselves in the different aspects of negotiation and the skills we have, you know, in those aspects. And it's in a very well-structured manner. We now know where we stand, where we need to improve on, and how we need to approach a negotiation, no matter what. And negotiation is all about win-win. It's always the best rather than a win-lose one. Yeah, so it's been a very wonderful learning process, and we're thankful for it. Thank you very much.
My name is Bosede Florence Ikanoba. I work for Corporate Affairs Commission in Nigeria. I'm in charge of administration. I'm the head of that department as the director. First, I want to express my appreciation to my CEO, who consider it a great deal to have nominated me and my colleagues to attend this program. I want to say that it's really an eye-opener. There are certain things you assume that you know, not until the facts confront you. First, the very first 2 days, the lectures we had, particularly on power and influence, I realized that by the nature of the work I do, I have a lot of influence over my staff because they are doing pretty well. They are doing a good job. And I realized that there are so many ways in which I could influence them better to bring out the best in them, I mean. And also, the subsequent lectures we had on negotiation. Also, it affects the kind of work I do. I find myself doing a lot of negotiation, I realized that I messed up with what I saw today. So I'm going better, going to be a better person at my work. I've learned quite some skills which I think will enhance my ability to deliver and negotiate well. And for the course facilitators, I think they've been wonderful. They've done a good job. They've added value to us. And their style of presentation was quite simple, easy to follow. We're able to flow very well with them. And I'm so grateful to God that I had this opportunity. I don't know if my colleagues come back and they are sharing their experiences, I would have been lost out. But I think I have a lot too to share with my colleagues back home when I get back to Nigeria. So I thank the organizers for this wonderful opportunity. I look forward to coming back again,
And who do you think should attend these programs?
You said?
Who do you think should attend these programs?
No, I didn't get you.
Who should attend these sorts of
Okay,
programs?
there are some of my other colleagues, who are there. We do almost similar jobs, similar, tasks, and I think they will also benefit from it.
My name is Kola Garuba. I'm the Executive Director of Sales and Marketing Business Day, Media Limited. Coming here was really, for me, a great value. I came here with an open mind and had to learn things concerning negotiations and how to ensure that you'll be able to create abilities for win-win situations with your team and the people and opponent that you're negotiating with. And for me, this has been a big value for me. And looking at most of the deals that I've entered in the past, we've all come out losing. And I've come here to realize that you could always let your partner know what are the important information that you have, and they can help you get values for your organizations and for yourself. So for me, it's been really a very good 1 week spent here at Henley Business School and TEXEM skill negotiations program. I think that I will recommend it for top management people, for government officials, because it's a value that they will have, and it can help them be better managers and be leaders of people, and especially where it has to do with providing agreements that won't last and provide more feedback relationship in dealing with people. It's been a great deal, really, and for me, I'm very grateful that I have the opportunity to be here. It's been well all through, and the faculty has been rich, and the various people that have taken all the various courses have been provided with expertise that we required for the program that we had, and we recommend it any day for anybody. Yeah, this is my first really, and Lynn has been a great guide too. The dedications, the complete willingness to ensure the people are satisfied cannot be taken away from what he did in the match up with Matty, who was from the inside, and he had provided absolutely windows and opportunities for people to learn. There were really no dull moments throughout the program.
Okay, that's brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I am Martie Janse van Rensburg. I am the Program Director for Henley on this Negotiation and Influencing Program for TEXEM. And I think in a world that is increasingly globalized, even though a lot of us work in specific areas and have to look at specific cultures, we negotiate and we try to influence people every day. So running this program here with a specific group covers that. It's a localized group because they all come from the same country, but they're doing this in another country. And so there's exposure to how things are done in the UK and Europe, but also within an African context. And it's one of the reasons why I do that. I'm passionate about people and them growing and learning, and the passion of this group of people blew my mind. I thought it was absolutely wonderful to see how they interacted and engaged with the material. I hope that what they will take away, and I think they will based on what they've said, is that negotiation is not a competition, that it is about collaborating and about building relationships, and what in our lives are not about building relationships. I think the cost of bringing people here is quite a lot. So I would have considered, or if I could change the program, I would look at making it a little bit longer, maybe running it over 4 or 5 days, and then adding to the negotiating and influencing some of the things that I've heard come up, like more time on listening, more time on understanding oneself and how personality affects decision making and how the assumptions we make affect decision making. And those things were touched on, but I think it might have been useful to have spent time specifically on those more peripheral topics.
I'm Roger Delves, and it's been my pleasure today to work with a group of people exploring negotiation skills. And the point of what we've been doing today has been to look at moving away from a kind of a confrontational win-lose approach to negotiation towards a more collaborative win-win approach. So we've been working on keeping our assertive levels high, but building up our levels of cooperation. And we've been exploring the impact of this by doing some experiential exercises, doing a mock actual negotiation, and by looking at how this approach can improve the quality of our negotiations and lead us to more sustainable negotiated end results. It's been a good day, it's been a valuable day. As always, I've learned as much as the participants have, but together we've explored something that I think is a valuable contribution to negotiation skills. I think I'm hoping that people will go away and think about a slightly different approach to negotiation skills, an approach which is more behavioural, which I believe is more sustainable, which is more collaborative, an approach which will get to negotiated solutions, whether they're big fixed negotiations or just negotiations to resolve a conflict within a team or between individuals, which are more sustainable, which are more durable, which won't fall apart because one or other of the people involved feels somehow put upon as a result of how the negotiation's been concluded.